See, that's the thing. We want to run well and finish strong. And we look at someone like King Solomon. How many of you know Solomon started off strong? Yeah. Amen? Amen. I mean, Solomon, think about his testimony. Not only Solomon was the wealthiest man in the world, he was the wisest man in the world too. Solomon had it going on. Amen? I mean, he was the one that God said is going to build the temple. David wanted to do it. And God said to David, no, you have too much blood on your hands. I'm sorry. It's going to be your son Solomon that's going to build a house for me here on the earth. And so Solomon was the one who built the temple. Amen. And after he built the temple, he prayed a prayer and dedicated that temple in such a way. Amen. It was a wonderful thing. Amen. And here he was, wealthy, wise, people coming from all around to hear the wisdom of Solomon. The Queen of Sheba comes and looks at Solomon and looks at his court and looks at his servants and looked at the table and looked at the riches, and she said, brother, the half has not been told. We've been told about your wealth, but my goodness, look at here, look at here. Let me tell you, look at here. Amen.
Oh, Lord.
He was impressive, amen?
Amen.
There was nobody like Solomon. Amen. And this man he started out so well. He started out so well. But Solomon didn't finish well. Amen. Solomon had all his wealth, he had all his acclaim, he had all his wisdom. And then chapter 11 begins with the word but. But let's see what. But what? Chapter 11, verse number 1 says this. But King Solomon loved many strange women. Now, when I say strange, doesn't mean they were like weird. It means they were foreign.
Right.
Amen. Many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh. Now, understand why it says that, together with the daughter of Pharaoh. Because if you go back to 1 Kings chapter 3, verse number 1, there it tells us that he married Pharaoh's daughter. And he did it for political expediency. Come on, somebody. We cannot compromise God's standards for political expediency, for professional expediency, for social expediency, amen. But things that are going to help us in the immediate. I'm going to start to sacrifice and compromise God's standard because I need to get the promotion, or I need to get into the country club, or I need to get the loan, or I need... No, we do not sacrifice God's standards for expediency.
Amen.
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 1 Kings chapter 11. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh. Women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said to the children of Israel, you shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. That's why God didn't want the children of Israel, when they come to the promised land, to leave any of those people there. He said, you got to utterly destroy them. Amen. You got to utterly take them out. Why? Because if you don't, you're going to start marrying their daughters and their sons, and they're going to start intermarrying, and next thing you know, you're going to be serving other gods. Amen. That's why we got to be careful of the relationships we forge. That's right. Amen. Because you might be, listen, that's why in this world, listen, you know, the biggest God in America is money.
Yeah.
Money. I'm talking about false gods. Amen. It's money. People follow after money, and you know what's bad about it? It's even folk in the church.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now. Pack the house if you say, you know what? I'm going to come and I'm going to preach and prophesy over you how much you're going to prosper, how much money God's going to do. You're about to come into your season. God sent me here to tell you that you're about to come into your season. God told me to tell you that you were just coming this $100 prayer line. I'm telling you now, God's going to... I ain't never seen nobody pray for a prayer in the Bible. Where did that come from? Get mad if you want
That's
it.
right. Amen. That's right.
Show me in the Bible where Jesus said, I'll pray, but you pray $100 line, $200 line.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
That's man-made. That's man-made.
Amen.
Amen. Man-made. Prayers are free.
Amen.
Huh?
Right.
Prayers are free. Salvation's free. You know why? Because Jesus already paid the price for it. You don't have to dig in your pocket to put $100 for somebody to pray for
That's
you.
right. Amen. Amen.
So he said, get rid of all these people. Because otherwise they'll have you going after their gods. That's what he said here. But it says Solomon in verse 2, clave unto these in love. I'm telling you, love can mess you up. Really. Be careful who you fall in love with.
That's right.
For it came to pass when Solomon was old. See, he's about to finish now. Amen?
Amen.
His life is about finished. When it came to pass when Solomon was old, that his wife turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father. Verse 11, wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon. Now watch what God said. He talked to him. For as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. In other words, God said, I'm taking the kingdom from you. Don't think that just because God blessed you with something today that he won't take it back.
Amen. That's right.
Huh?
Amen.
Yeah, you may have a thriving ministry now and people are coming and you start getting built up in pride thinking they're coming to hear you and then you think you the man. But see, if they're not coming to hear Jesus, then they're coming for the wrong reason and you need to be the one to disabuse them of that notion. You need to be the one to say, don't come here looking for me.
That's right.
Amen. You need to come here looking for a man, but it ain't me. Amen.
Amen.
Come see a man, but not me.
Amen.
Come see Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
God will take it from you. God bless you with that job, but if you're going to start using that thing now as a source of pride and oppression for other people, and you're going to start mistreating people and putting your nose up their folk, you can't talk to the security guard no more. You can't talk to the person who empties your trash at night. You can't talk to the secretaries no more and all that kind of stuff. God will take it from you. Pride goes before the fall.
Amen.
He said, I'll take it from you, Solomon. Notwithstanding, look what he says. In thy days, God is merciful. I will not do it for David thy father's sake. In other words, I'm not going to do it while you're alive. But I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for David. But I will rend it out of the hand of your son. Oh my goodness. You see what you can do for your children? How you can have them starting off on the wrong foot because you making bad choices now? Listen, your choices don't affect only you.
Amen.
So God says, Solomon, I told you, don't do this. 700 wives, 300 concubines, all these strange women, setting up pagan altars, burning incense unto other gods. Jesus. Solomon, the wisest man in the world, you can't tell me he didn't know. How many of you know it's not what you know, it's whether you do what you know?
Amen.
That's the Lord.
Solomon knew, but for whatever reason, he didn't do what he knew. And so now God says, I'm taking this kingdom from you. And here's the thing about Solomon not finishing strong. If Solomon, the wisest man in the world, could not finish strong, how vulnerable are we to not finishing strong? We have to know that we're vulnerable in this way. Lean on the arms of God that we might finish strong. That's why you just can't make it up in your mind. I'm going to finish this race strong. Many people have said that before you. Amen. And when they said it, they meant it too. Amen. It's not just saying it. We need God's help if we're going to finish this race and finish it strong.